Sponsored by Route 66 Solar and Roofs.
5:10 on this Friday morning. Now, Matt, you were talking about earlier, it started out pretty nice today, and honestly, all week has been pretty great. No complaints from me, and I think a lot of people have been enjoying it. However, you mentioned, of course, we've got some severe weather coming tonight.
Yeah, tonight. It's going to be after dark, and that's why is it also a big concern, because you want to make sure that you are also staying awake, especially if the storm system is moving towards the Champaign area closer to around midnight tonight. We'll break it down coming up in this forecast, but taking a big picture look right now, our troublemaker on the screen, it's going to be this low pressure system. It's going to track through the plains, bring in very windy conditions. Look at all those wind advisories and wind warnings across the area. This low pressure system is going to drop its pressure so low that it could be categorized as a Category 2 hurricane if it was in the tropics. It's just going to be a very strong system. Some cloud coverage moving back into the area for today. Temperatures starting off quite warm in the morning. We're in the 50s all across the region, a little bit cooler toward Danville and Paris. But as we go throughout today, we will see temperatures warm up. We'll be closing in and maybe even breaking into the 80s, our records in this time of the year, or in the low 80s. So this could be a record warm day. We also expect very windy conditions throughout this afternoon. And with the windy conditions, we do have an elevated fire risk. This means don't discard any cigarettes, don't use any machinery that especially causes any sparks, especially with how windy it'll be. It could spark a wildfire, and we have wind advisories in effect from noon today until 4 p.m. tomorrow. So it will be very windy for the next 36 hours, especially before these storms approach later on tonight. We could be seeing wind gusts approach and maybe even get near 60 miles per hour before these storms make their way into our area. And like I said, the storm potential tonight hasn't really changed. We're still under a level 4 out of 5 for the whole region for strong severe thunderstorms. Our main threat right now is still straight line damaging winds. 45% chance you can see a strong severe thunderstorm within 25 miles of any given location. And you can see wind gusts within some of these storms up to 75, maybe even 80 miles per hour. Not everyone's going to see severe weather. Not everyone's going to get those intense storms, but the probability is definitely something to keep an eye on. The tornado risk has pushed a little bit more towards the east. We've also seen an increase on the very southern counties as Greene, Macoupin, Montgomery, and Fayette County. You're now at 15%, and that hatched risk means that there is the potential that a strong tornado EF2 can form within some of these cells. Right now, the hail risk is on the lower end and not even too much to really keep an eye on, but we're really going to keep an eye on the timing. Around 8 p.m. moving across the area, finishing off closer to around 2 a.m. This line of storms will be packing a punch as it moves through the area, closing in on Jacksonville closer to 9, moving towards Springfield closer to 10 p.m., out towards Decatur by 11, and maybe closing into Champaign by 12. And we got to keep an eye on some of these discrete cells where they're going to be maybe having some spin-up tornadoes before the system pushes out of our area closer around 2 a.m. early Saturday morning. We also want to make sure that you are prepared. Weather preparedness kit at hand. You never know when you'll need it, but you'll definitely be glad to have it when you do. Weather radio, snacks, boots, protective gear, and a flashlight. And over the weekend, we will see conditions start to cool down. We'll have windy conditions on Saturday, partly sunny, and then we'll definitely be feeling cool on Sunday into 40s. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast, weather alert for tonight, and we will see temperatures cool down before we warm up for St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to watch more videos from Fox, Illinois.